Hi, it's Dan Harmon. If you're like me, you're a big fan of Harmontown, the podcast, and you wish that you didn't have to wait so long for it to drop after we record it. But here's the thing. Jeff Spencer, take it.
You do not have to wait.
You can not only hear it right after it happens, you can watch it too in delicious, deluxe, high-definition multicam on your browser or your mobile phone.
We do edit some stuff out sometimes. Like, I'll say something so incredibly racist that we will catch it right before it drops as a podcast.
But you get to watch Dan right before the sedition hearing when he talks shit about Trump again.
Right.
Sometimes we have really famous guests, but we just cut it out of the podcast entirely.
Because it turns out they're pedophiles.
Sometimes Spencer's never wearing a shirt.
Most of the time. We put that in post.
Not to mention all the times you always hear people laughing at something that doesn't sound funny because someone is making a funny face or wearing a funny shirt.
Yeah, for $5 you get to watch all that stuff. You can see the weirdos sitting down, like getting nervous on camera. There's like one camera that's just right up someone's nose, and they're always picking their nose and stuff like that. That's good.
As if that wasn't enough, here's some political incentive. We will match your new subscription to the Harmontown live feed up until April 15th. The day of the big tax march, we'll match it with a donation to the ACLU,
which stands for a clue, which is what you should get.
And I know that's triggering your thought of going, doesn't the ACLU now have $800 million? Because, but here's the thing. ACLU money is like toilet paper money. It never expires.
But if political encouragement weren't enough, some apolitical encouragement is if you sign up, you get access to a year and a half of our back catalog of video episodes, including a tour in Australia and Harmon country, as well as audio downloads on the night of the record, on just minutes after it airs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times have you been listening to Harmontown for free after Wednesday and thought, I would really want to know what that guy looks like or what she looks like, or I want to see exactly how uncomfortable the audience is when Adam Goldberg is on stage. Mm-hmm. Now, for $5 a month, you get to see it as well as hear it. You can almost taste the Harmontown. Go to harmontown.com/live for your subscription to watch us as well as hear us. It really, really is a taste treat. Dan gave me little eyebrows.
I was like, holy shit, that guy just hit the bullseye. It really is a taste treat.
Feral Audio.
From Esther's Follies in Austin, motherfucking Texas, Harmontown is now in session. Hello, South by Southwest. Is it me or is it quieter here now? It's the crowds are smaller. It's groovy. I love it. Only the sexy people now. Speaking of sexy people, let's bring out the game master, Spencer Crittenden. Hey guys, can I be heard? Hello. Oh yeah. Oh. Can we get more level on these mics? Sound person, can we? Yeah. Let's get my mic up and Spencer's mic up a little bit. 1, 2, higher.
I also like South by Southwest.
No, not the music, the microphone.
Well, let's get the music louder, I think, maybe.
Well, fuck it. Let's bring out Dan Harmon, the mayor of Harmontown. Dan Harmon.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I feel like I remember being here. We were here at one point.
Yes, you were. And you were delightful.
I think I was going through a divorce. I don't know. What was
yeah.
I think we were through the divorce at that point. And
that's when the trouble starts. Because you have the divorce to focus on, and then afterward you're like, wait, I'm miserable. The unaddressed issue behind the note behind the note, we call it in TV writers' rooms. Why does Sony want a dog on the show? Because they think the show sucks. They don't love dogs. They hate your show. It's the note behind the note. I lost you. I lost you in 10 seconds.
I've known you since 1994. You lost me for the first time. I have no idea what you're talking about.
This show's about alienation. We're here because we're alienated, and if you can't relate to an alienated person, then you're a fucking hypocrite.
What I do love about performing here at Esther's Follies is that there's always a band right outside.
I can hear them thumping away at the secessionist movement. They're thumping at the walls of America. Let me out. I'm Texas, for God's sake. I want to be free.
Is Texas seceding, or is Austin seceding from Texas?
Austin is the capital of the intelligent secessionist movement. You go to Dallas and Houston, and you got people who are just doing it because they're racist. In Austin, they're doing it because they're into the fucking Pogues.
I told him I have a bad feeling about the show. I think it's going to get worse.
I don't have to prepare for this stuff. There's a rapist in the White House. All right. I wake up in the morning. I'm like, should I brush my teeth? I don't know. There's a rapist in the White House. He fucked a 13-year-old girl in front of Jeff Epstein. They recorded it. They flushed it into a fucking space vacuum. You don't have to. What? Am I unfounded in my accusations? Am I some kind of crazy person saying microwaves are cameras? What? I don't want to be. I don't want to be branded a nutbag. I might end up the most powerful person in the fucking world. I don't want to misspeak and have people start to think I'm crazy. They might start voting for me. They might start giving me piles of money and chanting my name in the streets if I accidentally say something so fucked up that it taps into the most visceral... What are you writing? What are you writing? Are you a reporter?
Keep talking.
Everything he says is lies. It's fake. In advance, I'm telling you, even if you like me, it was rigged.
I'm writing down today's date so I know when you were arrested. What is today, the 13th? What are we?
Yep.
All right.
I was at the, we were delayed due to weather, not extreme weather, normal weather. Weather changes. Get over it.
It's a hard line, Dan. It's a hard line to take.
LAX was enshrouded by a mystical fog, and John Carpenter pirates were creeping around with maggots coming out of their eye sockets, lashing at anyone who wandered too far from the cement. But it's totally normal. And our flight was delayed a couple times, and so I was in the new United Lounge. I had to buy a ticket for $60. I read I retweeted a infographic that showed you what if the world was 100 people. Hey Spencer, how are you doing?
Hey guys.
I always forget to involve you.
What if the world was 100 people?
If the world was 100 people, according to this infographic, one of the people, 1% of the population of the United States, spends over $90 a day. And I'm like, so I've been like monitoring I'm like, but I'm done with that before I get out of bed. I pay a publicist $3,000 a month to keep me out of TMZ. Like, and I'm sure the joke's on me. I'm sure TMZ doesn't want to write anything about me. But I can't know that unless I stop giving these people $3,000 a month. That's more than $90 a day right there. Forget where I get my croissant.
Sure, yeah.
But I pay...
Also, forget the money you pay to learn how to pronounce croissant.
Steve Martin, you son of a bitch. I paid $60 to get into this lounge, which looked like an Apple store with melon slices. And there was a young lady. She was sitting a few counters away from me. There was a sea of tables, and they all had the little AC outlets on them. She had her laptop. She was like kind of a Rachel Maddow, but blonde. Like she was statuesque and had a long neck, and she had a Bluetooth in, and she was tapping the laptop, and she was speaking very loudly about what she was doing. She was saying, that's not what I want. What I want is this, and I think it should be this and that. And I was like, she was loud, but I noted it, but I didn't have to sit near her. And she was in a sea of Brazil, as in the movie, the Terry Gilliam movie. Like she was in this like Brazilian-esque sea of like things. It wasn't like a private area, you know? It wasn't like there wasn't a fireplace raging next to her. There wasn't like a St. Bernard like waiting to save anybody from anything with hot cocoa.
There wasn't?
No.
Oh.
So I tuned her out.
Most airport lounges provide
I'm confused now.
But I thought it was really weird because there was a lady that came by who was like vacuuming and picking things up. And I always write race-neutral characters, but this woman was black, and I felt like it was important because she was like in her 70s, I felt, and she was African-American, and she as she was picking things up, she leaned over to me into my Minecraft game, and she went, how come you haven't told that woman to pipe it down?
Whoa!
Which activated this weird Tim Allen like instinct in me where I was like, I just wanted her to like me, so I was like, hey, I've learned to tune out worse than that. And she's like, I got it. I'm like, what am I talking about? What am I, Fred Flintstone? I don't know. I was just playing.
It sounds like you're in Act 2 of Get Out.
Well, don't spoil that shit. I have to see it.
Fucking movies.
Also, tell me nothing about season 1 of Atlanta. Like, please.
I like how you had a genuine communication with a real human being, and your first instinct was, what the fuck is going on?
Well, because I'm observing myself. I'm going like, why was I? She was saying, there's a person that works for the airport saying, why haven't you, fellow consumer, told her to shut the fuck up? And so, and my response was neither. Because, madam, she has a right to be a human. Like, nor was it like, you're right, chomp, 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 shut up, madam. Nor was it, you tell her.
No, it was the best. It was the right option.
I took the path of least resistance through. Plato could have predicted my path.
Right.
Fucking steam shooting through the only opening available that turned me into a weird 80s comic. Like lamenting my, oh, the old ball and chain. Like I made up a fictional stepmom at home. I'm like, well, I tune out worse than that.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
You're just being nice to a person who said something.
I just don't want the person that's talking to me to beat me up.
Right.
That person I don't want to beat me up. No, everybody. I was tuning her out. I did everything. So here's what. So then that woman, she walked away. I was like, fucking nailed it with her.
Yeah,
she loves me.
She
loves me. She loved me. She's like, I hear that. I vacuum, pick, and so I'm like, fucking nailed it today. I made someone like me. So then and then moments after that, this old guy walks up, and because I've done non-race neutral casting, I'll tell you, this is it's kind of like a 90-year-old Michael Chiklis, like walks up to this woman. It's like couldn't be 30 seconds later, and this like 7 foot tall, like Rachel Maddow giraffe woman on her laptop is just going on. I think she's just in a zone. She's explaining what spreadsheets work and which don't. And this guy just goes like, and he goes, excuse me, do you mind keeping it down? And this woman's like fucking flips out. Flips out like she had no idea. She wasn't like blah, 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 I don't care about anybody. It was more like blah, 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 I haven't thought about anybody. There's a difference, you know?
She didn't realize that she was being disruptive or noisy.
When you're on a phone, that's the thing. And there's also like a heightened, I don't know. Sometimes when you see someone on a phone, you I don't know. We get a hair trigger. If that person didn't have a phone in their hand and they were just talking to their friend that loudly, when would you go over to them and be all high-handed about it? We got a license when cell phones were invented to start getting real fucking dicky and, and it's justifiable because I'm not, no heroes, no villains. Just nobody beat me up. That's the point of my story. Nobody beat me up. This guy goes you want to get off my lawn and shake my cane. Moonlight shouldn't have won a La La Land. I couldn't hear what he said, but he was just kind of and Rachel Maddow woman went. She fucking I was watching peripherally because I'm not gonna turn my head because someone will beat me up. But I was just she was excuse. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Stacy, stop. Wait, no, I'm sorry. And the guy was like, it's just rude to see. What? And she's like, no, I'm so sorry. Her voice was cracking. And she packed up her shit, put her laptop in her bag, put her bag in her wheelie, put her wheelie into transformer mode, took her fucking overcoat, tucked into the London fog and phased out. She went to a different lounge at a different airport, may have hung herself. I don't know. She wasn't doing anything that wrong.
Would 90-year-old Michael Chiklis have walked up to a guy and done that? I think the answer is absolutely not. I think he felt empowered to walk up to a woman and say, "You're being loud." That's male privilege bullshit. That is the tennis net. That's the tennis court net that some balls hit it and go straight up
that guy, the answer maybe he would have done it twice as fast.
If he saw another old bald white guy doing that, he wouldn't have fucking done it. He wouldn't have walked up.
Every airport lounge has like 2 old guys doing exactly that.
Well, more importantly, that's how old guys talk without a phone.
Right, yeah.
They're like, oh, do you remember the Depression? I can't hear anything.
You know what they call
their
that?
life is their phone.
You know what they call that? They call it Harmontown. Old white guys yelling.
I don't know. I've been in restaurants where I've been annoyed by people on the phone. I've been in restaurants where I've seen someone on the phone, and then the person that's more annoyed by the person on the phone, I'm more annoyed by them. That they're taking more attention. It's like the person is technically on the phone. It's not really a license for you to vent your antipathy, your fucking inhumanity. I don't know what my point is. No, I had no point. It's just a little story. I'm just a journalist.
I had a good moment in an airport lounge. I went and I was flying to Vancouver, and I was up in the Air Canada lounge at LAX, and I sat down to plug in my phone, and there was a guy with his, I would assume, girlfriend, and talking at the top of his lungs about nothing. So I was like, this motherfucker, he's never going to stop talking. So I unplugged and I went somewhere else. And there was another guy, he was Australian, which is worse. Because when a loud rich guy is Australian, I think, you know, me, yummy. I was making a movie, right? In fact, if you want to fight, you want to say, come on, I fucking mucky talky. And I was like, I'm going to fucking blow my brains out.
The views of this podcast do not reflect, that is a huge continent that will be radiation safe in the event of a nuclear war.
Dan, we were there.
I love them.
We were there.
They have lots of lumber and gas and water.
We know them, we love them, but they all know what the rich guy sounds like. And every country knows what the rich white guy sounds like. And that there's a particular Australian rich white guy thing that happens. And while that was happening, I was like, now there's nowhere to go. Now I'm a prisoner because I found the only other place where I don't have to hear that guy. And this guy would not stop talking about himself. And right in the middle of my sadness, Sarah Silverman walks up and sits down right by. She says, "Hey, Jeff." And she started telling me stories about her and Tom Cruise together. And that guy had to hear her Tom Cruise stories. And he shut right the fuck up. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, we have better stories over here. We're funny people.
We're not yelling them because we go on TV and talk about them. We have an antenna.
Sarah told better stories than this guy, and it made me very happy. And then we killed him.
My therapist has taught me. So here's the thing I've learned that's been very, very powerful to me. In moments when people want an apology from me, which I used to interpret as them trying to leverage me, they're manipulating me, what's going to exchange here, is this an apology window? I can still feel all of that. I could still look at somebody and go, oh, you're a vampire, you're a piece of shit. You're just trying to suck energy out of my body. But my therapist explained to me, she said, Dan, you are vigilant against abuse. You cannot handle somebody accusing you of abuse. You can handle people telling you that you hurt them. If you went like this and you felt like a soft splat as you were reaching for your backpack and you turned and looked and someone's nose was bleeding, you would not be offended by that person's claim that you had hurt them. You would stop at nothing to make it up to them. If that person started to imply as you apologized that you had done it on purpose, or that you had done it because you weren't a good person, that you had made a choice earlier that day to ignore their needs and things like that, you'd start to get triggered. You'd start to get defensive. There's an irony that happens there every day in every bar. Somebody hurts somebody, and then someone feels bad about it, and then someone is like, oh, I feel bad about this, and I feel so bad about it because it seems like you don't fucking give a shit about me. And then the other person is like, how dare you accuse me of being the kind of person that doesn't give a shit about anyone, you fucking lesbian!
That took a weird turn.
It always takes a weird turn. It's like, that is the thing. And it's like, like what I am just slowly starting to realize is that people saying that you hurt them, they're not saying you abused them. They're saying they got hurt. And it doesn't matter what they say beyond that. They can put all the frosting they want on it because they're coming from wherever they're coming from. They can't make you an abuser. They can say that they're hurt. And everyone can apologize for hurting people. And everybody should be vigilant against admitting they're an abuser. Because if you're not a fucking abuser, that's an important thing. There are a couple people among us who fucking love abusing people. Like, we should definitely separate from them. And so the way, it's like, I'm just noticing in these daily exchanges, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm trying to take a step back and going like, okay, wait, you're hurt. I hurt you. I hurt you. I did not abuse you. I'm not an abuser. I'm a herder. I hurt you.
Have you? Well, we all have, and I'm assuming you have too. Like, what if you did abuse somebody? Then what?
I do it all the time. That abuse is like self-pity and like things like that. Like, I'm mean to Cody. Like, so they look at the text and go like, oh, I'm trying to do something here that has nothing to do with her well-being and everything to do with mine. Like, I'm actually hurting her, on purpose.
Willfully, which is abuse.
Yeah. And that's like, so we need to recognize when we're doing that so that we can apologize when we accidentally hurt people, because that shouldn't be that big a deal. There's 8 billion of us walking around. We're going to step on each other's feet.
I think for you, though, I mean, not just for you, but for you especially, because you have the ability to seem abusive when you're not being abusive.
Thank you.
Weird thing to love, but like you are so good verbally. I've seen you lay people out with a quip, with a line,
because they're accusing me of abusing them.
Well,
and I need them to know that they're a piece of fucking shit.
Right. But the problem is you're really good at that.
Thank you. And that's what I'm saying.
You're the Robin Hood in terms of archery, of hitting the bullseye when someone goes, "Hey, fuck off, buddy," and you just shoot an arrow right into their heart.
Yeah. If you imply that I hurt you on purpose, I will strangle you to death. I will wrap my hands around your neck until you're dead, and you can't say it ever again.
Your gifts are your curses. You're a good writer, and so you're also really good at hurting people's feelings.
Thank you.
Stop saying thank you to that. Say oops.
No, but I'm being glib, but what I'm saying is yes, because what
you love it because you feel a reward.
Well, I'm learning about that in therapy. What happens is, being yourself, following your own bliss, like, you can sometimes be hurtful to people. That is not the same crime as being abusive to someone. We all commit both of those crimes. Hurtfulness often comes with thoughtlessness, carelessness.
Yeah.
You weren't thinking about me when you changed lanes on the freeway. Like, it's different than you thinking you're entitled to just drive however you want. Like, there's shades of abuse there where you're just like, fuck everyone on the freeway. Like everyone, when we get down in fights, when we start arguing with each other, those rare moments when we're actually able to connect with each other and we find out truly what everyone is always saying the whole time, which is, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean it that way. That's not how I meant it. That always like turns everything around.
Well, the problem that you face is that when you react and you accidentally fling an elbow verbally and hurt somebody's feelings, is that you're so succinct and it's so well written. It sounds meditated. Like, it doesn't sound.
You're pumping me up so that everyone drives home tonight going, I don't see what Jeff was seeing in him.
I've seen you like if somebody hits you below the knee and your foot flies up, when somebody hits you and you respond, it sounds so good. It sounds abusive, but it wasn't. It was just you reacting. It was just a reflex.
I'm very good at hurting people. It's as simple as protecting yourself. There's airlocks all around us. You lock somebody, you put a wall between you and them, and then you hit a button, and then you just watch them die. You just stare at them while they turn purple, and you go like, what? I thought you wanted to be near me.
Go see Get Out in theaters. It's a fantastic film.
but yeah, we're looking into all those things, and I think
you have the curse of being good at hurting people's feelings, and it sounds like it's a neutron bomb.
It's not a gift. We watch movies about mafia people and serial killers and things because we're fascinated with that behavior, because it's not a gift, but it is rare because our species is predisposed to compassion. It's weird when somebody's circuits are so fucked up that they could actually hurt somebody so meticulously, so horribly. We focus on it because we don't want it to happen anymore. It's like ribbons and flowers spread at the site at an intersection where a little girl got hit by a car. We go to the point of the pain and we watch it. We look at it and we go, here's where this happened. Should we bring out Doug Benson?
We don't have Doug Benson, do we?
If he's still backstage.
Yeah, he might be gone.
He was just backstage. And,
Doug is here?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
He's coming.
He was just backstage.
I didn't know Doug was here.
I didn't either, but I saw him backstage and I thought I'd...
Doug Benson! Grab a seat, stand up, do what you like.
Yeah.
Wherever you're comfortable.
Oh, I like this. I like having you on my shoulder like that.
I'll give you a nice little rub over.
Yeah, Jeff is my angel on my shoulder.
I'm your Michael Landon.
Do some quick fact checking on everything I say. I'm having a great time here in Austin.
Lies. What happened? Who did you wrong in Austin already?
Oh, that's a great question. There has to be somebody. Last night there was a guy. I was just walking down the street minding my own business, and this guy in front of one of the bars goes, "Hey, Doug Benson." I'm like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" And he goes, I go, "What, you got food in there?" Because I was looking for somewhere to eat. I go, "You got food in this bar?" And he goes, "No, but the bar next door has food. I'm going to pick up your meal and all of your drinks. I'm going to take care of it for you." And I was like, that's awesome. And then we go into this place next door. He introduces me to everybody. And then I've got a friend that's not going to leave while I eat the free food and drink the free drinks. And it's going to get weirder and weirder as the thing goes along to the point where you finally have to be like, "Hey, man, all right, I can buy my own food. I didn't know that was going to be part of the deal, was that I've got like a new friend for life, who keeps offering me Molly." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm a weed guy."
Wait, for real? For real?
Yeah, he kept saying he had a list of things that I could have instead of weed. And I was like, "No, weed is
good." A drug
good.
that makes everyone have the same personality and vow to stay in touch more often. It's weird that was his drug of choice.
So I think ultimately he might have been a little disgruntled. Like he expected more for buying me some chips and queso and a couple of vodka sodas.
I had an encounter at the hotel bar that it occurs to me I've had 25 times in the last 5 years at least, which I hadn't started noticing, and so I don't know what the actual count is, but it seems like this happens all the time. And I have talked about encounters like this on the podcast where a person that a person is projecting their...
Jeff is upstaging you with a dab behind the ears of vodka gag. It's so weird to get a big laugh with a physical gag on an audio podcast. Everyone's like, "What is Dan saying right now that's so hilarious?" He's just setting up a premise at this point.
It's like in that bear movie when the baby bear goes roar, and then the puma is like yikes, and then there's a big bear behind it. I didn't see the movie. I assume that happened in it.
Wait a second. Which one of us is high right now?
I'm on Molly. I just wanted to see you more often. I sat at the hotel bar and I was listening to this. There was a lady next to me and she was talking to the bartender.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about South by Southwest. And they both knew each other because she drinks there a lot. And she works in real estate, and so she's a big mover and shaker, and she's always at the hotel bar, and he knows who she is, and they know each other, and then but not that well. But then they start talking about South by Southwest, and they're like, they start talking about how many famous people are in Austin this time of year. And it's like Hollywood all of a sudden, this time of year, all of a sudden there's all these famous people. And her big example was what she called the guy from the League. And I was just like taken by that. I was like, learn his name. It's the League.
There's like 5 of them to choose from.
I know. I was like, the guy from the League. I'm like, what? The guy from the League? And I swear she brought her phone. She was like, yeah, no, I know. Have you ever seen the League? And he's like, no, I have not. And she's like, no, this guy from the League. I think she had a photo of him on his phone. Like, I don't know. It's like, wait, so it's a device you could use to Google him. Just say the guy from the League. I'm not saying like respect our craft. I'm just saying like it's part of a conversation where you're yes-anding his assertion that it's like Hollywood around here. Yes, I agree. Famous people everywhere. For instance, the guy from the League. She didn't know who the fuck. Learn his name.
Could be anyone from a basic cable TV show that is finished, I believe.
Then my burger comes.
The final at bat happened. It was baseball, right?
I don't. It was organized around a.
Was it Casey?
I think they played Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know.
Welcome to the 4 Guys Who Don't Know Anything About Sports podcast.
But then
that's every podcast about the Sklar's.
Yeah.
But then my burger comes and I go, do you have any mustard?
Here we go.
Wait for it.
Do you have any mustard? That's what I said. Do you have any mustard?
Which, Dan, in Texas is a very provocative question.
And the kid, I'm going to call him a kid, behind the bar said, we have mustard, but it's Dijon. It's not yellow. Now, I took that as a kindred spirit. Like, I was like, fucking A, yeah. I said, it's all right. I'm used to it. He goes back to talking to her. And then I'm like, I think, well, he's going to get the brown mustard. But so I just offer up. I go like, yeah, I mean, I was at a restaurant recently where they had yellow mustard on the table. And it kind of blew my mind. And he and she both look at me with a combination of curiosity, I think they call it, and disgust. Just like the vermouth and the dry martini is just disgust.
Right.
Like disgust, if you pour a glass of it, then you're the bad guy. If you just fucking run it around the rim, yeah, I'm disgusted with how curious I am. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? What the fuck are you babbling about?
Think about what you said in effect was, hi, I have a lot of opinions on mustard. Like, that's your relationship with them at this point.
Well, I'm not shocked you'd take their side.
I don't, but I'm breaking this down.
No, I'm aware of the fact. I looked over it and thought, I think what he might have heard was, it's okay that I have no yellow mustard or any mustard. I'm used to having no mustard. Like I'm Harry Potter before Hogwarts enrolled him. Like I'm sorry, I don't deserve mustard. I'm okay with it. Okay, fine. He's allowed to interpret it that way. But it was weird. They both looked at me in a way that brought me back to the 6th grade playground where it was just like, I'd like to contribute to the conversation, and they're just like, ew, gross, so gross. You're so gross. You're such a gross monster. Ew, what are you talking about? Talking about mustard much? You're gross. And then they just went back to talking about real estate, which is so fucking cool. Because it's Texas, there's lots of real estate.
And he never brought you your mustard?
He never brought fucking mustard. And over time, my burger tasted better with the inhumanity on it. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking play this game. I'm not gonna be uppity and say, like, I asked for mustard earlier. I'm just like, good burger. Called his fucking bluff. Here's what happened. She settles up. She walks away. She's got real estate to sell. For you video subscribers.
That was me dabbing more vodka behind my ears.
This guy goes, so what are you doing in town? What's your schedule like? I didn't start a conversation with this fucking guy.
What hotel? What room number?
I said, I'm going to Esther's Follies. He's like, huh, yeah, what? For what?
Just to see the show, it's really good.
Comedy show. There's a comedy show.
Follies
Like, oh, they're
shows
still
are great.
doing that over there. This guy's on a road so high it's untenable. like it's ridiculous. He's and I just don't want to get yelled at. I just don't want to get beaten up. So I just want to. I'd like to settle up. I'd like to settle up. Let me settle up. So what are you doing over there? I'm doing a couple of shows. Yeah, what shows? He won't stop because you can't crucify with one nail. The person would fall off. You'd be guilty of a minor felony. You'd have wounded a hand.
I'm writing that down as
crucifixion requires.
That's our episode title.
Collinear fucking. You need the feet. You need the hands. Physicists have studied it. So it's like, well, what show? And I'm like, well, I'm doing a podcast. And he was like, got it. Great. Charge it to my room. Sign it. It's like, what's the other show? Jesus fucking Christ, are you fucking kidding me?
Another podcast.
I said,
just shut him down.
I said, it's promoting a show on CISO. CISO twists his face like a fucking pig's cock, like Beetlejuice special effect. Like, I can't let you know enough that I have no idea where you work. I don't pretend to think anyone knows what the fuck CISO is. Thank you for coming on the show, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome.
And then he finally goes like, well, what's that show? And I said, it's promoting a show. It's I play Dungeons and Dragons. And he's like, his eyes muscles. I'm going to kill this fucking guy. He's going to get no Trump care from his fucking like muscles detaching from the eyes rolling back into his head. And he's polishing a glass like there's anyone else coming in. And
like the robot in Passengers.
Wait, can we talk about that movie?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I just saw that movie.
He turned into Bert Kreischer right there.
What the fucking... What? Dude, that movie, he waits the whole time and then he wakes her up. I was making the joke.
What if the rest of the podcast was in falsetto?
You realize I was...
What if the rest of my life was falsetto? I love Southwest because I like waiting in lines. Also, the owner of the white Toyota, your double parked outside.
But that movie, do you realize that like the third act of that movie, I don't know if anyone, I know everyone's like...
Who's worried about having Passengers spoiled? Nobody. Nobody gives a shit.
You've probably seen the blogs about why it's a fucked up thing.
Yeah, the only reason to watch it is if you like those two actors and you know want to like it'd be sexy for you to see them in space.
And you feel like
I think it's only jerk off material.
Yeah, it's like if Sleepless in Seattle was about Tom Hanks buying night vision goggles and just living in Meg Ryan's apartment for a while, just watching her from a cupboard. And then finally
only
deciding...
when she sleeps. He watches her when she's sleeping.
And if instead of
and
a
he
kid...
Googles her while she's sleeping.
Oh, because that's when you know it's true love. I'm like, this is beyond anything. He threw a wine bottle, slipped on it, and the first pair of tits he saw, he was like, I'm Googling her. And lo and behold, he's in love with her.
Yeah, if he's going to play that creepy play, he should walk around and look at every sleeping passenger
there should have
and
been,
find the sexiest one to wake
needed
up.
To be at least one foxy black lady on the ship that he was like looking at and going like, I don't like that fart joke. like just show me that you're not racist. But you all wrote your blogs about that. But did you notice that in the third act of that movie, I was making the joke because my girlfriend and I are laughing at it while watching it. We're like, oh my God, they really think this elephant isn't in the room? Like as it turns into a romance and they're playing Dance Dance Revolution together, like they really think we forgot about this thing. Okay, fine, misstep, swing and a miss, whatever. But I was making the joke as we go to the third act, like as Jennifer Lawrence would have to say, like to Chris Pratt, like, my God, the ship. It doesn't know what it wants. It needs to be raped, Chris. You need to rape the ship to save us. And I was making that joke. It was true. The fucking ship didn't know. It had like a tube that wouldn't let things out or in, and he had to go into it and like. Do you guys not? It's like the.
I thought we were talking about trolls.
The third act of that movie is a concretization of an argument for meaning yes.
They say rape the ship.
The ship is all blocked up and it needs to just let it go.
I never heard of this movie, but
no one says rape the ship.
He needs to penetrate a tube that does not want to be penetrated. You're not supposed to go in there. He's not supposed to be in there. He goes in there. He goes in there.
The movie is clearly anti-ship rape.
Well, finally.
Yeah.
Anyways, so.
But then Andy Garcia shows up.
Oh my God!
What is that about?
He gets top billing. Only it has to be a movie about being nowhere. It's like he's like top billing because he looks at a tree.
Again, if you haven't seen Passengers, first of all, don't, and secondly, no, it's. I thought there were parts of it that were all right. It was Oscar nominated for visual.
The beginning was amazing.
Production design.
Doug, you love movies.
I do.
As your podcast proudly proclaims. Mm-hmm. Have you seen Get Out?
I have not seen Get Out.
Go see it in the theater. It's fucking good fun.
What if there's nobody else in the theater? Because I like to go to like empty matinees. Does that ruin it?
Well,
is it more fun with a crowd?
I went to a matinee at the Los Feliz 3 in LA, which is usually empty. There was 20, maybe 12 people in there.
12 white people.
There was no black people. There were no black people. It was Asian and Latino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but sadly. I kind of want to go. I don't know if this is really reductive and being a piece of shit. I want to go to a black neighborhood and watch that movie in a theater.
Oh my God! It would probably be a phenomenal.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
It would be a phenomenal experience.
Jesus Christ! There's a black cowboy. You've activated a black cowboy.
Okay. Wait. Hold up.
Oh my God! Westworld season 2.
No. Get the fuck out of here. What's your name, first of all?
Anthony Carter.
Anthony Carter. Grab a mic, Anthony. I have
Anthony.
a question for you.
Yeah, get in here.
It's that easy to be on the show.
Join us.
South by Southwest 2017.
Wow, this is like we're on a coach flight home.
Yeah.
Now, Anthony, without...
Whoa! Jesus!
God damn it, man!
I'm kidding.
Stop man-spreading.
I'm kidding.
For the listeners that are not watching, we have a very good-looking black man with a fantastic cowboy hat on right now.
Yes, indeed.
Anthony, now, without spoiling the movie for Dan or anybody else, because it's a movie that I went in, I didn't know who was in it, I didn't know who directed it, I didn't know what the genre was, I didn't know a fucking thing about it.
You just knew that it was a movie that was asking you to leave.
I went with my girlfriend and we had a fucking jam. It was good fun. When I left, I said to my girlfriend, who, guess what? Spoilers, she's white.
That seems to be
easy.
popular.
Well, my girlfriend's white too. She's here somewhere. I don't know.
Right.
She might have left me.
But here's the thing.
Hi, Kristen.
When I left, I want to be... I don't want to be the guy that asks all of my black friends what they think about that movie, because then I'm one of the white people in that movie that's asked, do you know Tiger Woods? But the thing is, I do want to know, did you watch it in the theater?
No, I have not seen it either. But
you motherfucker! You get out the fucking stage. I brought you up for one reason, Anthony Carter.
Hey,
I wouldn't ask you.
thank you for having me. I was going to go see that movie. Hey, no. I know. I've seen the previews.
No, get the fuck off the stage. We all saw the previews. Do it. Yeah, mic drop. Anthony
It was
Carter.
a tasteful mic drop.
You usually don't see a mic drop.
Have you
with...
seen it?
All right.
What's your name?
His friend has a Rick and Morty shirt on.
There you go. Pick up the...
Better hat, better shirt.
All right, I want all the white people to listen for me for 1 second, please.
Yeah. What's your name first off?
My name is Calvin.
Calvin, hold on. I'm just writing it down.
How long does this wait? How long do I have to hold on for?
What do you mean? What?
You told me to hold on.
No. I just write it down. I just wanted to hear your name. Lay it on us.
White people, go and see Get Out and get educated.
Oh, shit.
All right. Oh, shit! The mic's being dropped.
No, Calvin,
Okay.
Sam,
He's got a question.
now, first off,
There's a premature mic drop situation.
give us.
I really hate it when
We've
that
hit
happens.
peak mic
Right?
drop.
You don't want that to happen in front of a nice lady.
You wait and then everything. Anyways,
Calvin,
you dropped the mic kind of from pretty high tonight. I thought you were different.
everyone thinks I'm different.
So, Calvin, without spoilers, you dug the movie, right?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, it's
Right.
great.
And you say white people should go see that movie.
Every white person should go see that movie.
Yes.
It's not a brave stance, though, right? I mean, we're not. What? It's not controversial.
Oh, it's controversial in the best way possible.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that every Somalian needs to see this movie.
Wait, no, not just every Somalian pirate also.
Sure. Yeah. So you think it has the power to change minds of white racist people?
I think it gives a power to make them feel more insecure than they already do about.
Oh, nice. I like that.
And they should feel that.
We
and
need
embrace
that
it.
right now.
Yes.
See, I walked out of the theater, and it's a small theater. There was maybe only, again, like 15 people tops in there. I walked out, I was like, that movie was fucked up! And white people turned back and looked at me like, they were bummed out. They thought I meant I hated the movie. I was like, no,
Right.
that movie's fucking crazy!
Yeah, I had a friend that saw it in Vermont, of all places.
Oh, dear heavens.
I had a black friend that saw it in Vermont, and he laughed.
Your story's getting harder to believe with every detail.
There actually are black people that live in Vermont.
Yeah. They're named Reggie and Ken.
Reggie, Ken, and Dana. He saw it in Vermont, and he laughed the entire time, but all the white people felt pretty uncomfortable. Which made it
Was
better
he
for
doing
him.
like Robert De Niro Cape Fear laughter at it?
No, that movie, it's because it's funny as shit. It's really funny.
It's funny. It's got a lot of social commentary, but it's
That would be
smart,
the thing
too.
that kept me from seeing it. Is other people being funny. That's what keeps me from watching Atlanta too.
Yeah, it just
I'm
makes you
like,
mad
I
at
don't
it,
want
right?
to
You're
feel
just mad the
irrelevant.
whole time.
It's not race. It's like I mean, believe me, I watched Blade Among the People. I felt their hatred of vampires. I joined in it. I loved it. But there's something really interesting about this. Not to drag you down into the fucking murk. You're a stranger.
It's okay. I'm there. It's cool.
But there's an interesting thing about that because I was telling that story that happens in LAX's lounge, right? So this woman comes up to me and she gives me these choices. And
This is really happening. This is cool. Hey, cheers.
cheers. Sorry about season 3. We're drawing it.
No, it's. I mean, the Rickroll thing was pretty nice in the most torturous way possible.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
There was that when that woman came up to me at LAX, she's referring to a woman over there, and there's a lot of things on the table, and the weird energy that squirted out of me
That's a nice way to put it.
was, like Plato studied steam engines, like the Platonic engine, where you just heat up a bunch of water and you only give it so much egress that it's like if you put it like in different positions, you'll make a thing spin around. It's a Platonic engine, right? It's like steam escaping. It'll find the nearest escape. It'll find the weakest membrane to squeak through. Now, is it that membrane's fault? So, for instance, why have we been a misogynistic culture longer than we've been a racist culture? Like, don't get aggravated by my assertion there, but like,
It's legit,
why are we quicker to club women than we are to like why are we so able to like overcome pigment before we are able to?
Is this question for anybody on the panel?
In a sense, when that woman said to me at the airport, she said, "How come you don't tell that woman to shut the fuck up?" I said, "Well, because of my mother-in-law." It was fake. It was like it was an essentially misogynistic like valve that energy went through. I'm like, woof, with women like that, if you think women talking loud's gonna get my goat, you should deal with what I deal with on Christmas Eve. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I was just trying to escape a situation. The steam was so high that was the weakest membrane. It wouldn't have been. If it was the 1950s, would I have said to that woman like, "Bite your tongue, lady. Know your place. Give me cornflakes."
Oh, no.
Is that before or
That got
after you
much
lit a
worse
cigarette?
than the second part.
That's my question. Answer it.
I think it goes. Well, fuck.
10 seconds. 9, 8.
I think it comes down to, just talking about it. And I think a lot of people that feel like misogyny is not a problem, they haven't dealt with it or thought about it or had a woman in their life that actually
Who doesn't have a
experienced
woman
that.
in their life? Like, that's the thing. I think, to answer your question, Dan, I think misogyny is bigger than racism. I don't know by what percentage, but I think it's happening because women are 50%, like women are a bigger threat because there's more of them. And men that are threatened by women are going, you know what I mean? They're going to be threatened because it's half of the people, and it's also their mother. It's also their mama is a fucking woman.
Because
you know?
your memories of becoming a man involve becoming abusive to your mother. In a lot. It's like just shut up, mom. I don't want to do this. Because
right. And you didn't, as a white kid, you weren't growing up going, shut up, black guy. Like.
If you're
So it's all directed at women and not race. I like how we've solved that problem. Race.
Yeah.
Racism's over. Misogyny needs
we need to bring race back into puberty.
So
I'm so glad there's no women up here to defend themselves right
your
now.
your mom's didn't hit you, did they?
We'll tell women how to deal with that.
But like for all the women in the audience watching a bunch of white dudes, or not white dudes, white dudes minus one.
He's close enough.
Sit the fuck down.
Look at that hat. He's close enough
Watching
to
a bunch
white.
of men, watching a bunch of men
Hat
talk
and
about
a
women.
T-shirt.
Yeah, the guy, his T-shirt is on upside down. Or he got a shirt on.
Yeah, it's a...
I don't think you can put a T-shirt on upside down. I'm going to say that.
Should I try?
I mean, you can. It'd be hard.
It's fits weird.
Yeah.
It's more of a tube top.
A little tight.
Jeff, you got derailed midstream. You were about to incite women to hate the show.
Please continue.
No, women already hate the show.
Watching three men stumble into the realization that that this is the easiest thing in the world that it always has been is probably just as good for whatever money they paid for their badges. As anything. I mean,
Because men can't imagine what it's like to be a woman. We can't. We can think we can. We fucking can't.
I'm going to watch.
Stand back.
Spencer, Dungeon Master, me waking up being a woman. Jeff, play appropriate music. How much time do we have left?
We got loads of time.
Okay.
You wake up in a bedroom. It's empty because you make less money than men.
I get out of bed.
All right. You're still in the bedroom.
I put on whatever outfit will walk the line between me being branded a slut and me being dismissed as a human being.
You managed to thread the needle once more like millions of women across the earth do every morning of their lives.
Slutty outfit.
Can I ask what I'm wearing?
Oh, no.
Okay. That's probably a good idea. I go down to get into an Uber.
All right.
Where I'm certain that someone will simply drive me to work.
It's doing the thing where it's like a block away, but it's just spinning around for the last 5 minutes. It shows up, and the guy makes no indication that wasn't supposed to be part of his job.
I get in.
Oh, he touches you.
I file a complaint with Uber.
It doesn't matter. He gets promoted to head of Uber. You get to your job or whatever.
I get out of the Uber and I run for president. I'm tired of this. I'm fucking ending it. I've played nice. I'm running for president.
You lose, yeah.
More people hated me than liked me?
It turns out. You did what you had to do.
Are you saying I lost the popular vote?
No, that's what's crazy.
Oh, okay.
And it's you might have won even harder if not for, the striking. Okay, that's too political. Sorry. I was going to talk about the Voting Rights Act.
Well, I walk into the woods and I wait for someone to need me.
No one needs you, but everyone wants something from you. And it's your problem. All the trees are mad.
I go up to one of the trees.
Okay. It ignores you.
I thought I just heard you grumbling things about me being...
Why are you being such a bitch? We've been growing here for hundreds of years. No one's coming through being talked about by us before until you, so you're the problem.
All right, go further into the woods.
All right. You do that. You find, you're feeling cramping up. You're cramping.
Oh no! I pay attention to that feeling.
It's worse than what men have to deal with on their daily lives. But you don't even mention it unless it's kind of crippling you and making you in bed. The fact that you're walking around means it's not even worth mentioning, even though it's terrible, crippling agony.
I go home and I put on some tea and I read a book.
The book has all sorts of opinions on stuff that you should do or represent that don't even have anything to do with what you think you should do in life.
I turn on the television.
I feel like we peaked. Have we peaked? Sorry. On the television, it's more of the same. The media is rewarding men for doing things that hurt you and punishing you for doing just things that demand your equal rights. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. It's just the sad reality of life.
I try to do comedy about the situation because I think it'll be so funny that it'll make people,
why aren't women funny? This is terrible.
Who said that?
Everybody on Earth.
I try to prove them wrong by being really dirty and lateral.
You do amazing stuff, and a couple alt comedians and people in the scene are like, yeah, she's getting really big. But, you've done everything that I don't know.
I just say a really funny joke. I'd say a really funny joke that's like kind of fucking crazy because it's inappropriate. And
it goes over well. You get what's considered a polite chuckle, and after the show, 7 guys try and hit on you saying, you're actually pretty funny.
Now can I be president?
No.
All right, so...
Well. Spencer Crittenden, world's best feminist.
Yeah.
Male feminists. World's best male feminists.
But to really answer your question, I really think you were talking about abuse. You were talking about
later
abuse.
that same night.
You were talking about the mental abuse earlier. I think men have that problem. They don't want to accept the fact that they've maybe abused women emotionally, even if it's unintentional or not. They don't want to acknowledge it. And I think that's the biggest problem.
Oh no, it's the most offensive thing. Racially, I always repeat that joke that our late friend Mario from the drawing room said. It's like you can call a white guy a honky, you can call him a cracker, but if you call him a racist, he gets really bent out of shape. If you can call a man anything you want, but if you say that he's abusing women, they'll fucking choke you to death.
What?
But we do. I think that we should probably. It's all you have to do is just put a little radar tag on your lapel and just be like, oh, how am I interacting with anybody, with people? That's what my therapist is always saying. She's like, you don't have to quit drinking. She said that. She said, just notice when you take a drink. That's it. That'll be the beginning of it.
Yeah, look in the cup, see what's up.
Oh, vodka again.
More
Looks
vodka.
like water. But yeah, I think, but that's why people that we often complain about, people that are outspoken, and it was like we go like, oh, they get tweeted out. So we had our friends from Reductress on the podcast, and they talked about the women that stand out, that they might be just comedically saying, hey, look at this phenomenon, It's like saying, look at Joan of Arc. It's like there's more kindling there, and there's drier weather, and there's easier ways to start fires, and it turns to witch burning way faster when someone is just saying, hey, be aware of this. But like being aware of something doesn't mean someone wants your pants. No one's going to take your pants. If privilege is real and you admit that it's real, it means you have privilege. It means no one can have your pants.
You can't pry my pants from my cold hard. Cold, you know what I meant.
Cold dead heart fingers.
Cold dead dick.
It took me a while to see things that way too. It was like, because I as I've said 1,000 times, it's like, I get it. You're a doughy white guy. You've been born. You come up through the system. You endure what you perceive. The system. The mean streets.
You're out there in Gen Pop.
The system. Okay, granted.
Just click your heels, Dorothy. You've been in Oz the whole time.
What you perceive as the system, and then when you start hearing talk about how you've had it easy, how are you supposed to react if you have an ounce of salt in your salt bladder? I don't know how medicine works.
Salt bladder.
Yeah, people feel really insecure. Men feel really insecure really quick when that's even challenged, which I think is a weird thing, and they don't even want to meditate on it at all.
I would argue the one thing that unites us all is that we all would have the same reaction if we were all told, shut up, stop complaining, you've had it easy. It's just that there's got to be somebody at the top that actually has had it easy.
Right.
Those people are going to hear that. They're going to take that the wrong way. It is the same reaction, though. It's like it is the thing that we say to each other. When someone says, I work as a clicky clacker, and I don't get enough click clacks for my cluck cluck. Like, you say the same thing to that person that if someone said it to you, you would fucking punch him in the face, which is like, fuck you, like you privileged piece of, you always like dump that shit downhill. Like you dump it down. Every time there's a strike, every time someone sues a corporation because a jart killed their kid, like we always side with the corporation. We have this human tendency to be like, fuck you, you whiny piece of shit. You should fucking love capitalism. Fucking rules. What was my point? I don't know. Watch CISO.
I think your point was the guy that was burnt by hot coffee at McDonald's really deserved to win that lawsuit.
Yeah, that coffee was too hot.
It was too hot.
It was too hot. People don't know, but it was too hot.
It wasn't a goddamn guy. It was a fucking old lady.
Oh, I didn't know who it was. I just remember Kramer trying it on Seinfeld.
I just saw that episode in syndication. It did. They had like the Johnny Cochran like analog guy. Yeah.
Did you watch it on CISO?
Probably. They have a lot of archived NBC comedy.
I mean, if
Monty
Community, because that's
Python.
co-owned by Sony.
They got Saturday late nights next day.
Next day.
Saturday Night
awesome,
Live.
yeah.
That's Sunday morning, not live.
Man, when you subscribe to CISO, you're really subscribing to humanity.
Yeah. I
have I been doing
say
with
if
my
you
life?
see so, say so.
Yeah, I've been saying that for
Yeah.
so long.
Everybody, just go out there, tell the world.
How much time do we have left?
Just yell it.
Probably time for a wrap. I don't know. 23.
Yeah, we got a bit of time.
Oh my God, the audience is asking us to stretch.
Calvin, are you local? You live in Austin?
No, I'm living in Florida right now.
All right,
Florida.
thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
Don't
by.
cheer
You were a
too
great
loud.
guest. No, I'm kidding. You want to hang out the whole show?
Yeah, I'll hang out the whole
It's
show.
up to Dan. It's not my decision.
Calvin stays.
It's not like Martha Stewart's coming
Calvin,
out.
because that first guy, what's his name? Arthur? What's his name?
The cowboy?
Oh,
Black
no,
cowboy.
what the fuck? I have read it.
Are you jealous of him right now, or is
Anthony.
he going to be mad at you on the way out?
I think he might
Did
be
Anthony leave? The guy?
It's a black man.
Oh, so Anthony's
The
lying.
black guy, the cowboy, had his cameo and then left.
Yeah.
I was
He
going
did
to
the
ask him
mic
if he
drop
knew
and left.
Hootie.
Say what? His girlfriend left. Wait, before he came on stage? She
Yeah,
left.
She left. She was like, I'm not having no date that's better than me.
No, she found out that he's a piece of shit. He lied about saying "Get Out."
Wait,
Oh, yeah. People don't like that.
I
He did
wish they
not
saw
jump
it
up and say,
together.
I saw Get Out. He like jumped. We started talking about Get Out, and he went, woo! And then he like shook it up onto the stage, and like he took advantage of a market that was there. He wasn't. I
Capitalism.
Yeah, no, he took advantage of the bullshit market.
And the question
Jumped
is,
right in.
had he been white or a woman, would he have made it this far before the stun guns came out?
Yeah, if it was a woman, I would have pushed her back. I would have grabbed her by both shoulders and sent her sailing. Yeah, if you're thinking about it now, ladies,
You should just watch
just
Harmon
try
Quest.
me.
I mean, who doesn't want to be set sailing? That sounds
Right?
delightful.
It sounds like I'm Christopher Cross and a very romantic thing is about to happen.
Will you make an agreement that if a woman does charge the stage, that you will set her sailing, but you will go with her on a night cruise down the Texas River, whatever the fuck we're...
No, I won't commit to that, Jeff.
We're really putting
Jeff,
you
would it
through our
be-
paces there.
I was standing in my fucking hotel at the Radisson on the fucking river while people crowded to watch the bats come out and waited till sunset. And there was 1,000 people out there. An hour went by waiting for the sun to go down. And as I waited an hour to watch the bats, I realized when the bats come out, it'll be dark out and I won't see shit. So I fucking left.
Also, I
You
think the
didn't even
bats are-
see it?
No!
I've never waited for it. I was in a hotel room. The Hyatt looks in the right direction.
Yeah.
And I got tired of waiting for the fucking bats to come out.
Me too. I
couldn't
Well,
take
now
it.
that everyone knows we're at the Radisson, can I just promote them for like the fact that they have their rooms are the fucking best in terms of AC outlet placement. When you stay at the downtown
That's
Radisson,
important
in
if you
Austin,
are connected.
you are never more than 8 inches from a fucking AC outlet and a USB port. It is incredible.
Yeah.
This is important
There's
to
one
my
in the
listeners.
shower.
The shower's been turned into a giant extension cord so that you can learn Dwarf Fortress. Like there's no need for. But please put toothpaste in the rooms. Let's all put toothpaste in the hotel room.
They'll give you
that's
toothpaste.
a rare thing. Well,
Yeah.
did you just
No,
see that
they-
somewhere and
no.
think it should be everywhere?
No, it was maybe I saw it somewhere in Paris or something.
I'm not happy with my Radisson experience.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Fucking left all day long. They didn't clean my room. There was no water back in the room.
But
I asked for water, and they came up and they knocked on the door, and they just said housekeeping, and they didn't have any fucking water.
Okay, but they did have a thing because same thing. But they didn't knock on the door every 10 minutes going housekeeping, like in that voice.
Oh, are we having a Radisson debate?
But I think there was some literature or something that said like, if you'd like your house your thing to be put in order, you can put a thing out. I don't know. I'm
I
not.
don't know. It's a
Look,
Radisson. Who gives a shit? Like,
Did they have mustard?
no, they didn't have mustard. But I looked up into the corner
pretty
of
good
my
callback.
room
Yeah, that was good.
where there should only be spiders. There was an AC outlet up in the corner. There was an AC outlet up in the corner. I just love AC outlets.
you know,
Like,
you know, it can go fuck itself. It's Holiday Inn Express. I stayed at one in some weird part of the country. I think it was called like Indiana, Pennsylvania. And if I'm wrong, I'm close. It was confusing. My room had no windows, no closets, and if you turned anything on, the TV went off.
You took a shower, water came out of the TV. It's like a Marx Brothers bit.
And
Not now, Power Hog.
And the sign above it in awesome Holiday Inn font said, "Relax, it's Holiday Inn," which can be read a couple ways. Relax,
I know.
it's Holiday Inn. What do you think was gonna fucking happen?
Well, I want to
They should go one step further. Be settle down. It's Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
simmer down.
Don't be too big for your boots.
I want to, in a world where there's a lot of fish to fry, the Radisson downtown Austin has more AC outlets than you can shake a stick at. And I ordered room service, and I ordered a cheeseburger, and the woman that answered the phone and said, room service, I said, I'd like a cheeseburger. She said, go on. I said, I'd like a Stella Artois, and she said, excellent choice.
Wow.
And then she said, I'll be right up. And I was like, I'll be right up. Weird pronoun. This is a system. This is Brazil. You're supposed to, what? Knock on the door. She comes in. Cindy comes in, learned her name, because guess what? Figured out who she was. Because as she opened my Stella, she went, oh, that looks good.
So
Yeah, it's dark, but
Cindy's an alcoholic.
I was like,
What?
Did you take my order?
Did
She's
she
like,
say,
yeah.
hello, my name is Cindy and I'm an alcoholic?
I said,
Hi,
She
Cindy.
opened it. She said, here's your Stella Artois. She did like a French accent, and she opened it. She's like, oh, that looked good. And I thought, and I was like, were you the one that took the order? And she said, yes. And I said, I really appreciated you excellent choicing me. Like, you told me it was an excellent choice. She's like, it is an excellent choice. It's like, do you want my Stella?
Have a
Do you want to take a sip of it? And she said, oh, I can't go there. And it was like, darkness.
It's a fine line.
But I think she's going to be
So
fine.
she ate all of your food.
She's
then
going to
she
be
left.
fine because she made it this far and her weakness is Stella Artois. Like, it's not like, she wasn't like antifreeze. No. I think
All right, so we only have a few minutes left.
Shit.
Shall we finish this off with a Doug Benson rap?
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Let's do it.
Yo,
Whatever you want it to be.
Doug Benson rap.
Oh, shit.
Yo,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Calvin on the beatbox, all right?
Doug Benson rap. He's going to rap, tell you crap. When Doug Benson raps, you're going to tell all your friends you heard a Doug Benson rap.
But the first 2 minutes of a Doug Benson rap is a Dan Harmon rap.
It's an introductory rap, but if I can rap about this lap, it's a victory lap where I go around. I'm going to Christmas wrap his rap. I'm going to wrap it up and give it to you as a gift. Doug Benson's who I'm here to lift. I'm going to lift him to stardom, lift him up. I'm going to lift Doug Benson like a girl lifts
Yo,
a
Calvin, talk about a Doug Benson rap, Calvin.
Doug Benson rap. Why is he rapping? He's not even clapping. Do you have the clap? What is the clap? Why am I rapping? Jeff, why'd you do this? There's 2 guys right next to me who could do it better. That didn't rhyme. This is a good example of why you shouldn't have said my name. But it's cool. It doesn't matter. I'm still the only black guys on stage rapping.
It's called the Doug Benson rap.
He said white guys can rap better. And it's also the only one not in a sweater.
Oh! Mama spaghetti.
It's warm out. You know it. You dressed up to show it.
Okay, well, you proved him wrong. This is called the Doug Benson rap.
I know, I tried. When I said I could do it, I lied.
I say, yeah. Let yourself go. Let it go. Let it all out.
Oh, let's be frozen. Because Dan is the chosen one for our entertainment. And that's all I got.
Yo, left to right, I'm gonna fuck your mama like ketchup fucks mustard tonight. I'm gonna take it to the break of dawn. I'm gonna rhyme this with nothing but the front lawn. I'm gonna fuck her.
Dijon.
Dijon. Monday morning
That's a black
quarterback.
guy probably coming
All
in,
right.
try and take the beat and then give it a spin. I
Yeah.
feel really insecure. I shouldn't have took your rap. I'm gonna step kind of back and let you do the shat.
You know what you just did?
Thank you for coming to Harmontown, everybody.
He poo-ponned on his rap.
Let's hear for Doug Benson, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Calvin. Spencer Crittenden. I'm Jeff Davis, your comptroller. Your mayor is Dan Harmon. Thank you so much. Thank you, South by Southwest. We'll see you at the bar.
No problem. It was easy.
Drive fast and take chances.
Also, do you guys have any weed?
I don't.